I'm going to show you how to make egg rolls. And if you're wondering, like, how does she know how to make egg rolls? For one, I say a quarter Japanese because my grandma is Japanese. She's from Okinawa. But it's kind of interesting because I had an ancestry DNA done, and it says that I'm 30% Asian. So I don't know how the numbers mixed up that way because I always thought I was 25%. But apparently I'm 30% Asian. So these are, I guess they're Japanese style egg rolls. My grandma would like make different stuff from different cultures and stuff like that and call it her own. So with this being my grandma's, I guess they would be Japanese. Okay, so 4 main ingredients. I don't really do carrots anymore. I did it the last time. I don't feel like it really adds too much to what you need to do. So you get ground beef. This one is 80% lean. And you can do 90%, whatever you want to do. But this is 80% lean. I've got 3 of these packs. Each pack is 1.6 pounds. So we're about at 4.5 pounds of ground beef. And then you want to get a pretty large size cabbage. They had yellow and green cabbage at the grocery store when I went. And I believe this is the green one, but this is the color that you want. Because even the yellow one looks similar, but you want some green, but not too dark of a cabbage. 1 yellow onion. Once again, like the grocery store tries to be so confusing. I don't know what the difference between a yellow onion and a Spanish onion is. They look the same color. They like 5 cents in price difference. This is a yellow onion, so you can really get either or. And then for egg roll wrappers, these are not necessarily the ideal ones, but these are definitely the easiest ones to use. They also have these round ones that my grandma used to peel, and like you have to peel them so slowly, and then they'll rip, and then you got to try to like repatch them, and you end up throwing a lot away. So if you get these right here, they're made square. They're so much easier to peel apart, and they don't tear. So these are the 4 ingredients that you need, and what you're going to do is you're going to blanch the cabbage, and if you don't know what that means, you basically boil it until it turns white. I would say that takes a good 45 minutes from starting with the pot, and then of course you cook the beef separate and you season it. Oh, so let me tell you what kind of seasoning I put in the beef. I would put nature seasoning. My grandma uses this for like everything. It's really good for vegetables too. And then I also use Tony's Creole seasoning and then some garlic powder. And then you can add some pepper to it as well. I wouldn't add any more salt because once you fry the egg rolls, the egg roll wrapper has like a nice salt texture to it. Plus this nature seasoning and the Cajun seasoning both have salt in it. So you get your 4 ingredients plus your seasoning, and you're ready to boil your cabbage and cook your ground beef. OMG, so I'm like really struggling over here. So while I'm boiling this water for the cabbage, I am dicing these onions. And maybe you want to go with the Spanish onion and not the yellow onion that I picked. So you're going to cut the whole onion, right? You're going to dice it little pieces about this big. And I'm literally crying. I cannot breathe over here. But yeah, so oh my God, I gotta go for a second. Now that your onions are diced and you can no longer breathe, you are going to saute them in olive oil until they get soft. And as of right now, the water for the cabbage is almost completely boiling. So we are going to cut the cabbage next. By the way, if you haven't seen one of these, I got this on Amazon. I started buying new kitchen appliances. This is a olive oil container, and it has a measuring cup at the top. You press this, and you see the oil's filling up to how much you need it. You take this little lid off, and you pour it into your pan. It's really, really cool. And then unlike other oil containers, it doesn't like evaporate and get all over your cabinet like some oil containers do. So the water is boiling for the cabbage. You're going to cut this up pretty thinly too. Just keep in mind, all this is going to be a mixture inside of a small egg roll, probably about this big around. So you want the ingredients to be pretty small so you can roll the egg rolls a lot easier. If not, then your wrapper is going to tear. Right, so here's all the cabbage. And you are going to wash this. You don't have to wash it like a bunch of times because keep in mind you're boiling it, which is going to boil out a lot of the germs. While your onions are sauteing and your cabbage is boiling, you're going to go ahead and wash these dishes because nobody likes a dirty kitchen, and you got to make room to cook your beef. So now about an hour later, because the cabbage takes so damn long to cook, you are going to mix your ingredients together, your ground beef, your sauteed onions, and then your cabbage. I seasoned the ground beef as I cooked it, but once I mix everything together, I'm going to basically taste test it to see if I need more seasoning, because you can actually eat the ingredients without rolling them and it should taste really, really good. So yeah, you're going to mix it together, and I'm actually making 2 separate bowls because Kelsey likes more cabbage, my dad likes more ground beef, and then I'm trying a new egg roll wrapper this time, so Kelsey's gonna have a different kind to taste. Meanwhile, the steam is like making me so hot. So after I mix all this together, I'm gonna let it cool off, and then I'm going to roll them. Now that you have everything all mixed up, it should look like a ratio like this, meat to cabbage. This one is the one I'm making for Kelsey. You see how there's way more cabbage in this one, but this is how it should look. And I take a plate and I peel about 25 of these, which is in one pack. You can peel them apart. You want to do this kind of fast as far as rolling them, because if you try to take a break and let these wrappers sit out for like even I would say 5 minutes, they start to dry out. So you want to do it pretty quickly. If you feel more comfortable, just start with a couple before you peel more off. But I do like an assembly line type thing, so I'll peel all 25, stack them up, and then roll them really quick. But that's because I'm fast at it. So you're going to get egg white, and this is what is going to stick the egg roll together when you're done. So you're going to do this as like a diamond shape. Grab, I would say, and as you start rolling more of these, you'll start to get better, but I would say put about this much in it. Is that like a tablespoon and a half? I don't know. I'm not good with like actual measurements like that. You're going to start to roll it up, fold the sides over, roll it about 70% of the way, dip your fingers in the egg white, and you're going to rub this on the end, and this is what's going to cause it to stick. So there you go. That's how your egg roll should look. Show you one more time. Of course, you have it in a diamond shape. You're going to put it close towards the end. And I say just keep looking for a spoon that you like, that you can maybe even scoop it one time and be the exact measurement, because it takes a while to get used to finding the right amount. Some of them will be like long and skinny, short and fat. So you want to try to do them all the same size. That way when you cook them, and then plus they look nice and neat when you cook them and they're all the same size instead of having 10 different sizes. But definitely the first time I made these, they were all different sizes in my egg roll container. So let's see how close these are in size. So yeah, they're pretty close, right? I'm finally finished. I put them as I roll them in this big plastic container. I actually made 2 of these, and of course both different kind. Each layer that you do, put wax paper in between so they don't freeze together, because when they freeze together and you pull them apart, a lot of times it'll break the wrapper, and that's not good because then all the stuff will come out when you fry it. And as far as frying it, I use a regular saucepan. I cook it on medium high with vegetable oil, and I cook 2 of each. You know, I made some for Kelsey that have more cabbage, and I also tried a different wrapper because she likes the ones from the Chinese restaurant. So this is a egg roll wrapper. I did 25 of these, 75 of the other. So these have more cabbage in it, and these are in the Chinese egg roll wrapper. And then this is the regular spring roll wrapper that my grandma makes. So these are more Chinese style, and these are more Japanese style. But I hope you enjoy them. Like the best sauce to get, let me show you. You know, most people use duck sauce from like the Chinese restaurant, but this is really, really good. It's like $2 for this really big bottle, and it's sweet sauce for spring roll. So it's like a sweet and spicy. It's really, really good. I hope you like them. So I'm about to tell you which one I think is better. I've always eaten the other ones like for years. So this is the first time cooking with this wrapper and with more cabbage. So I'm about to let you know how it tastes. It was so hot. It's really good. Mmm. Hot. Hold on 1 minute. It's like 2 different textures. I don't even know which one to choose. So we'll have more beef with more cabbage. Oh, they're both pretty good.